We're here at the global headquarters of NYC and Company with Greg Dixon, the CEO and president of NYC and Company, and we're talking New York City, of course, and what to do and see this summer and in the months ahead. Fred, what can you tell us about the upcoming year and months ahead for New York City? Obviously, you're labeling this a monumental year. What exactly can we expect?
Well, there's an incredible amount of activities happening next year, and so much so that we said monumental is the only word that actually applies. And what we're talking about is really major significant developments in neighborhoods across the city of New York. Hudson Yards is coming to the far west side of Midtown Manhattan, and it is a groundbreaking project. It's the largest private real estate development in the history of the United States, so that gives you a sense of the scale. It is mixed use, commercial, residential, and also entertainment and cultural. It's going to become a new draw. It's sort of the new Rockefeller Center in many ways for New York City. So the Shed, which is a new performing arts center, the Vessel, which is a public art centerpiece which you can climb on, and amazing shopping with Neiman Marcus and great food outlets from chefs like Jose Andres. It's just going to be an incredible new draw and neighborhood in New York. And then you add that with what's happening downtown at the South Street Seaport, which is being rebranded Seaport District NYC, and that cultural gem is coming back in a very exciting new way with luxury retail, entertainment, and great dining. Those are just two examples of lots of exciting things happening in New York next year.
You know, we were just talking about the gay rights movement. It's obviously a significant year, especially for the anniversary of the Stonewall Uprising, considered the birthplace of the modern gay rights movement. How exactly is New York City marking this 50th anniversary?
Yeah, it's an important moment for us. It's a milestone event for the LGBTQ community, and what it is basically is the 50th anniversary of the Stonewall Uprising, what happened here in 1969, and then 1970 with the first ever Pride celebration, which was held here in New York. So it really is a moment to reflect on that history. We're really billing the entire year as the year of Pride because in many ways our cultural institutions and our museums are going to be putting on exhibitions throughout the year that are going to be celebrating the rich cultural history of the LGBT community in New York, what artists contributed to our city, how they've helped enrich the fabric of what New York City is and represents. So you'll see great exhibitions like the huge Warhol retrospective that's coming to the Whitney Museum, lots of exciting things to be announced still for the Met Museum and other locations. So it really is a year of Pride that we're celebrating, but at the end of June, the world will be coming to New York for the first time when World Pride is celebrated here in honor of Stonewall's 50th. So lots of exciting things to do for the community and for allies in next year.
Now, there have already been a few experiences and attractions that have already opened up in New York City in this past year. Can you just take us through some of the things that people should experience that have already opened?
Yeah, I mean, there's so much going on in New York. It really is mind-boggling in many ways, but it keeps the destination so fresh and exciting. And in Midtown, just over the last year or so, there's been some major attractions open, like National Geographic's Ocean Odyssey, Opry City Stage, which is the Grand Ole Opry coming to New York, so live music and entertainment. Spyscape, an incredibly cool new attraction that's open that is state-of-the-art and is a must-do. And then you look at also some things like the NYC ferry service. One of the things that people love to do in New York is explore new neighborhoods. And so experiential, as we all know, is a big trend in travel. And the NYC ferry service now is supplementing the subways in getting around the city more efficiently and actually with an incredible view of the city. Because if you haven't seen New York from the water, it's a great way to do it. But the NYC ferry service is launched now with great new destinations throughout the 5 boroughs, and they're the same price as the subways, $2.75 one way. So there are lots of new ways to see exciting neighborhoods like Williamsburg and what's happening in Fort Greene and certainly in Greenpoint and Red Hook in Brooklyn, but also the far Rockaways in Queens are becoming a really hot destination for those travelers that are adventurous, that are looking for something new beyond what they have seen in Manhattan. There is a plethora of activity to do in New York.
Absolutely. We were just at the Museum of Modern Art, which is undergoing a massive expansion renovation. What can you tell us about the status of that project?
Yeah, it's so cool. It's really exciting what's happening at MoMA. So the galleries and exhibition space are growing by 30%. And this will all be opening in the early part of 2019. So MoMA is known for its rich heritage, of course, of the art of today. So it's all the modern art and the contemporary art from America and around the world. And this expansion, I think, is going to catch the world's attention because it is the most significant expansion MoMA has ever gone through. And they're taking the moment to reimagine the experience. So we're really thrilled about what's happening in MoMA, and we encourage everyone to put it on their list.
Absolutely. Last question for you. talk of the town is always the airports, the air infrastructure in New York City. What can you tell us about the airports and specifically the projects that are going on now? I know there are billions of dollars in investment, and it certainly seems that things are underway and New York is progressing to having 21st century airports.
Yeah, we're really excited about it. And oftentimes, in the industry, we're talking about, negative news when it comes to the airports. And we're really happy to say that there's a really positive story coming out of New York, and that is thanks to the vision of our governor, there's significant investment happening at every major airport in New York City. So we're the only city in the country that's seeing this kind of investment and development at the time. So JFK is undergoing a revisioning plan. LaGuardia is being completely rebuilt from the ground up. It's the first new airport build in the country since Denver International opened 20 years ago. Newark Liberty across the river in New Jersey, which is also a major feeder airport for New York City, is undergoing an expansion as well and a renovation at Terminal 1. And then for long-term strategic planning, Stewart International, which is 60 miles to the north, is becoming a new location for inbound international flights. So the story, when you put it all together, is really remarkable in the upgrades and advancements that are happening across all of the region's airports. So New York is going to be easier to get to than ever before.
Well, thanks for walking us through it all, and we'll definitely have to check out New York City this summer and in the months ahead when some of these new attractions start opening up.
We invite you all to come. Come now. Thank you.
This is Greg Shillinglaw for Insider Travel Report.